everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me More with me, Tony Moore. Hopefully you have enjoyed my guests for today so far. We had Mia Sue from Dance Moms, singer, actress, author, all things. So make sure you check that out. We also had Henry Goldblatt come on and give you some great recommendations on what to binge next now that you have probably gone through all of your streaming services. But now it's time to talk cocktails. That's right. So many of my friends have started hosting virtual cocktail hours, which are very important during this quarantine time. But I decided to go to my go-to liquor guy so that we can talk about all things virtual happy hours and cocktails. So let's patch in Paul Zahn to come in and chit chat with you guys about quick happy hour, because they are much needed during this time. Make sure everything is right. Oh,
hello.
Well,
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, it's Friday, but I'm not sure it even matters if it's Friday or Monday. But I'm well.
I mean, at this point, like, who knows what day it is? Like, as long as you wake up and can, like, go do something, I think you're fine.
Exactly. And I wake up and I go to my refrigerator or my little liquor situation, and I make myself a nice treat, and that makes the days and the nights go a little bit better.
I love that you have the whole setup back there. It's like while everyone was buying food, you were restocking your bar.
I mean, I am not leading up to this, I haven't been I'm not a huge home drinker. I like to drink out. I go to, we go to so many events here in LA and bars and stuff like that, people send me liquor and I have liquor, but I very rarely drink it. But now I am. Now I'm knocking away at all these bottles.
What's your go-to cocktail? Like, what's your favorite?
I've been drinking a lot of elevated Di Serrano sours. So it's a bourbon base, some Di Serrano, some fresh sour mix, and then an egg white, and you shake it up and it gets like that frothy deliciousness, and it packs a punch.
Oh, now that's advanced with the whole like egg white thing. Like, most of my friends just like pour this, pour that, put some ice, and we're done.
Right, and these people in West Hollywood do egg white. I do egg whites a little bit different than some of these people in West Hollywood. I'm putting mine in my drink. I'm not doing it in a protein shake.
Very true. Very true. Okay, so virtual happy hours are like the thing now. Like, I'm sure you have been invited to many. I've been invited to many. Now, the funny thing is that I actually don't drink. Like, if I do drink, the drinks are super fruity. Like, they taste like fruit punch by the time I'm done with it.
Right.
But like, I feel like a lot of my friends, because we're heading into like week 4 of quarantine, they're starting to like run out of ideas for like cocktails and how to host these virtual happy hours and things like that. And so I was like, let's kiki with Paul to like find out how we can like get these happy hours together.
People, there are rules. There are rules.
Yeah.
Do not go rogue, people.
Because some people send out the Zoom link and then everyone shows up and then it's like, everyone have their cocktails? Okay, now what?
and then it is a mess. We don't want any mess until the end. You want to wrap things up when people are getting messy and then send them to their couch, their bed, their floor to pass out, whatever that looks like. But there are tips, guys. So the first tip is you want to set the mood. So I'm still wearing my pajamas from March, my pajama bottoms. So like, you want to take a shower, you want to like light a candle, you want to like sort of set a tone. And there are certain things you can do with stuff you already have around your house to do like a DIY room refresher. So you want to take like a little spritz bottle, like, one of these, and fill it with 1 part water, 1 part vodka, and then put like 10 drops of essential oil in, like a lavender or something like that. It's like a DIY Febreze. And then you spray like your curtains, your couch, to sort of like have the place smelling not like my dirty pajamas from March. So that way, get the vibe.
See, I feel like a lot of people have just been sitting around in like their sweats, their pajamas, their hoodies, or whatever. And it's such a different feel when you just like take a shower, maybe put on a nice shirt, kind of clean up and spruce up the house a little bit, you know, it gives it a different feel of like, I'm like either inviting people over or getting ready to go out.
Right, right, right. I also like, I put on deodorant today, which was a win. Yesterday I put on, remember jeans? Remember denim, like denim jeans?
Well, I have on black jeans today.
Okay, so you know jeans. And like a belt. I
Yes.
put on a belt yesterday. Remember belts?
Oh, wait a minute now. Who were you getting all spruced up for?
Well, I had to go. I'm doing a takeover today of liquor.com's Instagram. So
Mhm.
I had to run around and pick up, like, I was highlighting some of the places in LA that are doing cocktails to go, food to go, try to show some support so the hospitality people can, you know, get their coins and pay their rent and everything like that. So for the first time in a month, I put on some of those denim jeans, I slapped on a belt, and I was caravanning around Los Angeles with, you know, a mask on, and yeah. So winning.
The question is, do the jeans still fit?
The jeans do still fit. Shockingly, I found that since I'm eating at home more, I'm eating healthier. I'm not going to Chipotle for that double meat burrito 5 times a week with the wrap and like the serving of rice is probably like 5 servings of rice. So everything sort of fits and everything. And I did order weights, but now they're just holding open a closet. So like, I mean, I've been looking at them and I've been like, I see you, you see me. We're just, it's like having a roommate, I guess.
All right, so we got tip 1 now. What's your next tip for?
Okay, tip 2 is you want to, if you're doing one of these Zooms, you want to appoint a host. So there has to be somebody that's like holding down the fort. Because then if you don't have that, it'll be like chaos and people will be talking over each other. And I act like I'm doing sort of a cocktail pairing dinner or a wine pairing dinner or something that has some structure to it. So you send out the itinerary, and you could do fun drinking games like Never Have I Ever, or whatever fun games, trivia, truth or dare, whatever you want to do. You can have that built into the itinerary. So that way, like, one person talks at a time, and you can go around the group, and they can talk. They can do the truth or dare. Because I've been on these Zooms like in the beginning, and I was like, could everybody shut up? Like, everybody's talking at once. So
it does get overwhelming, like when there's so many people on a Zoom and everyone's talking, and you just end up just kind of sitting there like, I don't know what's happening or what's going on or who I'm supposed to listen to. And then there's always that person that's on their phone with Zoom and they can't see everyone. So they're consistently like just doing this because they're trying to find the person that's talking.
Yeah, those type of people have been banned from my Zooms, and I unfriended them and I blocked them and everything. So it's cleaning house, you know, doing what we got to do.
If you're gonna attend Paul's Zoom, use your laptop, so that way you can do the gallery view. So that way you don't get kicked out of the party.
Exactly. And then the next tip is you want to pick a theme. So you want to do this before. So you sort of assign people. Like one of the themes I did, which was really fun, was a Sex and the City theme. So you assign people to create a cocktail that's sort of inspired, or it doesn't have to be a cocktail, it could be just like a drink, or they could use glassware inspired by one of the characters from like Sex and the City. So, you know, everybody can pick their own character, and you can say, this is my Samantha cocktail, and it's spicy and sweet, and it'll catch up to you if you know, have too many. Like a Samantha, or whatever that looks like. So you want to come up with a theme, or you could do like sports if people like sports. I don't know anything about sports, but like I know people watch sports. Well, they won't be for a while. But like, you know, you could come up with your favorite sports team or something like that. Or if it's somebody's, you could do like where you're from. So I grew up outside of Boston, so you could do something Boston inspired. But that's a fun little task to sort of have people do something, and it's another piece of that itinerary and breakdown that people can chat about.
So when you did your Sex and the City theme, what was your cocktail?
I did like a pretty basic cocktail. I did a spicy cucumber margarita because it's cool, it's spicy, and it'll get you, like Samantha.
So basically what you're saying is that you're a Samantha.
I was that day. But not really, because I'm sitting here alone.
I've always felt like I was a Carrie, but my friends say I'm actually more of a Charlotte.
I love it. That works.
So, I mean, sure. I mean, I would rather just be a Carrie, but fine. If I have to be Charlotte, then fine.
But I mean, you could be. It can change. You don't have to stick with one. It can evolve and change over the weeks and months that we're going to be, you know, creating isolation libations.
I love that you gave it that title, Isolation Libation.
Hashtag.
Okay, so we have set the mood. We have an itinerary. We have a theme. Now what?
You need a drink. You want to do some DIY cocktails. So
Yep.
you want to take stuff that you have at home, because I don't know about you guys, but I am on a budget. I'm on a big
Yes.
budget now. So you want to take stuff that you have at home and get creative. So
Well,
again, I'm a big mason jar person. I love me some mason jars. And this is literally like it used to be coconut oil. So what you do is, I have some green tea. So what you can do is just infuse, take some vodka, you pour it in here, and let it sit overnight, and you have green tea infused vodka. And you can add like lemonade to that to really like elevate your Arnold Palmer. So it could be like an elevated spiked Arnold Palmer. And they say green tea is good for you, so therefore, boom, it's a health drink. It's a health drink. It's really a health drink. Or you can do things like take some cinnamon sticks and you can infuse some rum with them, add some Di Serrano, and really like let it sit overnight, so that way you get the wonderful vanilla, you get some cinnamon, the rum has a little bit of sweetness to it, and you can infuse. I also am infusing. I have like a little factory over here. I infuse some coffee grinds that I used in the morning with some whiskey, and you let it sit like overnight, and you have coffee infused whiskey, and you can even see like the color is already taken. I don't know if you can see it, right? It's like brown. So it used to be like a more of like a, you know, orangey beige color. So then you can make like an espresso martini, or you can do a riff on cocktails, or you can just drink it neat. But it's really about taking stuff that we already have, because we don't want to go out. We want to stay in. We want to save money. And we want to get twisted. So like it's layering in all these things to really save that money and have fun.
It literally sounds like a full day mapped out of just drinking. You can have like the coffee infused one for breakfast. You can then switch over to, so it's like drinking throughout the day.
It's a marathon. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint.
What are some of the like basic, because you know we all are in quarantine and like on a budget. What are like some basic items one should have in their house?
I would always recommend, speaking of basic items and how you can use them, so citrus is always super important. Lemons, limes, oranges, stuff like that. So like right here, I have a garnish that's just a lemon wheel. I used the lemon, and what I actually have been doing too is taking the citrus that I've used, you slice up the citrus, and you put it in the oven at a low temperature for like 12 hours. And it dehydrates, so you have like dehydrated garnishes. So it's really just getting the most use out of it. So you want citruses at home. You can make simple syrup. Simple syrup is 1 part water, 1 part sugar. You can use brown sugar for like a little bit more of like a nuttier texture. And then, you know, I think whatever base spirit you sort of want to work with, you know, whether it's whiskey, whether it's bourbon whiskey, whether it's vodka, rum, and then you really want to just get creative with those sort of elements. And then also, you know, like soda water. I have a soda stream. I'm obsessed with it. It takes tap water and it turns it to bubbly water. So that can make like, if you want a vodka soda, if you want, you know, just some soda water with some cranberry, if you're not drinking, you can do that. So, just the basics really, like, in whatever you love. If you love tequila, do tequila in some grapefruit and soda, like super easy. And I mean, I don't know if summer bodies are a thing, but like tequila and soda water with like a little grapefruit is low calorie. So you'll be showing off your abs to your closet, into your toilet, into your air conditioner and everything else. So
I feel like people have canceled summer bodies. So I think we're coming back for 2021 summer bodies. So we now have more time to get it together.
Right. I haven't shaved in a month. So my concern is being called like Chewbacca when I come out of this. That's I've given up on the summer body. Now I'm just focused on like the abundance of body hair everywhere and that.
Well, see, your beard looked great. Like mine is like, this is the most hair I've ever had on my face, and it is so scraggly. I keep having to like do this to make sure it's like smoothed down and it looks presentable.
It looks good. It looks. I mean, this is the thing. We do what we can, right?
Exactly. What's the strangest thing you've used as a mixer for something? Because I feel like, you know, common stuff is like the juices and like soda water, or club, tonic water and all that. But like, is there something that you use that was like, huh, no one's ever thought of that?
I'm trying to think. To be honest, like I sort of, go out to all these events that are like liquor oriented, and a lot of them are just the regular events. So I literally have not worked behind a bar or at a restaurant like where I was making drinks as a bartender since
Yeah.
2001, which the drink then was the Cosmopolitan in New York City, and it was the cousin I also made was the Apple Teeny. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, I make pretty basic. I try to stick to like 3 ingredients around that. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of. I was just in Barcelona, and I went to one of the top 50 bars in the world. So every year they come up with the top 50 bars in the world, and they're like, it's like
Yeah.
experiential drinks where literally, I'm not even kidding you, that on the tip of the straw were cooked ants. It was cooked
Cooked
ants.
ant?
So it was like a whole experience of like the theme of the cocktail was like jungle. So
Yeah.
it had cooked ants. And I was like, this is bizarre, but I'm going to go for it. And it
Yeah.
was fine. It was just like a little crunch, and like there were tiny ants. But like the things that people can come up with is really impressive. But I am not one of those people. So I'm like, just give me that basic spicy cucumber margarita, or like a Di Serrano and soda, or something pretty basic. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like more Rachel Ray to cooking. You know what I mean? Like then like, I don't know, a better like Nancy Silverton or some better chef.
I mean, I saw a cocktail once with bacon in it, and I was like, that's new.
Yeah, like a bacon. I mean, that's another thing. People will do bacon infused vodka for Bloody Marys. I've
Yeah.
seen Bloody Mary garnishes that are literally like a cheeseburger. It's literally like a cheeseburger hanging off a stick in a drink, and it's like a $30 drink, and it's a meal. It's totally a meal. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's fun. I can't put a hamburger on my drink.
I would rather the hamburger.
Yeah, exactly. I'll eat the hamburger either before or after a lot of the drinks. That's sort of how that wraps up.
Okay, so like with us being in quarantine, like everyone needs a cocktail and needs like a drink, and I'm pretty sure people are sticking to their norm.
Right.
Like what is another cocktail concoction that you can recommend for people?
Something that is really, I mean, people love ginger beer. That's another great thing to have. So something that I was mixing up and promoting and chatting about was an Irish Italian mule. So what it is it's like 1.5 ounces of Irish whiskey. You could use a bourbon. You could use a regular, whiskey. You could use whatever whiskey you want. Then doing like 1/2 ounce of the Di Serrano, some lemon juice, ginger beer. Super easy, light, refreshing. And again, you have a lot of that stuff already in your home, so it's
Yeah.
super turnkey.
What about some like for me, like I am a very like fruity person,
Right.
no pun intended. But like what cocktail would you recommend for someone who wants to participate but doesn't like the taste of alcohol, but
Right.
wants to have like some sort of alcoholic beverage?
So the whole key to making drinks and making cocktails is it's all about the balance. So, in West Hollywood, a lot of these places that I love, the places, they are literally serving you like this much vodka and then like this much soda. So like that'll get the job done. That'll get you from A to Z real quick. But you're typically, I don't even know if I have one. Oh, here, I have a bar kit. Typically, you want to work with like a jigger. So you measure out like the perfect balance of a cocktail. So that way, if you do like more fruity, you could muddle some strawberries, simple syrup, some mint, put in 1.5 ounces of vodka. Vodka is a neutral grain spirit. It shouldn't have a taste to it if it's a regular vodka. If it's a flavor, obviously it has a flavor. But that, and then top it with some soda water for something light, like lower calorie, and just easy sipping. But the key is to not put this much vodka and then do a dash of like the strawberry and you know what I mean? So I think a lot of people get scared because if it's a lot of places that aren't cocktail lounges do drinks that are like, and then like the room. I used to love that in my 20s, but now like the room spins real quick. Like there are certain places in West Hollywood where I'm like, I'm having a beer because the room can spin real quick. So it's just about balance, and it's about like incorporating the fruit you do like, or if you do like mango, you can muddle some mango and do a little simple syrup and do some lime and then add, a tequila, or you can do vodka. So for beginners, I think if you're like muddling and mixing, like a vodka is good because it's neutral. So you're not going to get like a scotch is sort of peaty and smoky and it has like a little bit of more of a flavor profile that it will be hard to mix down. So if you don't like scotch, don't pick up a scotch and start making cocktails with scotch. Like I don't like scotch, so like I have scotch, but I don't drink it because it tastes like dirt to me. It literally just like mezcal. Like I don't like mezcal. It's smoky. I can drink it in a drink, but I wouldn't be looking for a mezcal cocktail. But that's just me.
Yeah. Are you a wine person at all?
I love wine, but to be perfectly honest with you, I've worked in the liquor world, in the spirits world. So like in the world of distilled items, liquor, like spirits, like distilled spirits, beer, and wine, a lot of times operate in different sort of silos. So I don't know anything about beer. I don't really know anything about wine besides I like to drink it. But yeah, and I can make a great sangria. But again, sangria, which would be a great option for you if you like sort of sweeter things. You can do fruit with some red wine. You can add in like a soda of some capacity, whether that's, I like diet orange soda, red wine, fruit, and that's super like white trash, but I own it. I own it.
You sound like Lisa Rinna. Own it, baby. Own it.
I'm owning it. I'm owning it.
Well, I know that you've been like sharing all of your tips like with a bunch of different people. And now that the weekend's here, like you finally get a chance to like decompress. You can't go anywhere, but like you get to kind of have a moment, have a cocktail to yourself. What's going to be your cocktail of choice this weekend?
I've been drinking, so Sunday, just so everyone knows, Sunday is National Amaretto Day. That's why I'm talking so much about Di Serrano and Amaretto. So I actually love spritz cocktails. So it's about an ounce of Di Serrano. It's some lemon juice. You shake it, you pour it over ice, and then you top it with some Prosecco and some soda water. It's lower proof. So it's like low alcohol by volume. So it's easier to, you can have a few more and the room's not spinning. It's effervescent. It's easy drinking. So that's sort of been like my go-to drink as of late. And especially on Sunday, I'm going to be tearing it up at Club Paul and, getting twisted.
When I was in college, I used to always drink amaretto sours.
Yeah.
Those were like my go-to drinks for a little while.
We love the amaretto sour, and I used to work with Midori, if you can see it back here, the green, lovely melon liqueur. So I've played around with a lot of the different liqueurs, the Cointreaux, the Grand Marniers, all of those, which are really, they're all great modifiers to really change the flavor profile of a cocktail. So making cocktails is like being a chef. It's like a liquid chef. So, and again, I'm the Rachel Ray, so I'm over here making like 30-minute meals while people are like making a balsamic reduction and doing like ants on straws, and I'm like, I don't know.
You like to keep it just very like real and like, I don't want to say basic, but simple. Simple. Very simple. I don't
have time to muddle and mash and do that. I need time to have a nice drink and be in bed by 10 p.m. because I'm tired and old.
I get you. I'm right behind you. 10:30, I'm out.
Right. You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. Well, Paul, I appreciate you for spicing up these virtual happy hours for people because I think, again, at this point, like I said, people are just like running out of ideas. Yes. So I just wanted like someone who is an expert in the liqueurs to just come on to say, hey, people, this is how you do it. So hopefully people can like take your tips and like have a good time because we don't know how long we're going to be in this, but there's always time for a cocktail.
Exactly. Always time. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever.
Like there is no happy. It's now happy days. There's no happy hours.
Exactly. 100%.
Well, Paul, you go off and enjoy your cocktail, and I appreciate you, and we will talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Happy
All right.
weekend.
You too. Bye,
Bye.
Paul. I adore Paul. Paul is great because Paul literally like works with alcohol like all the time. And so I hope that you guys were able to take some of his tips, make those virtual happy hours a little bit better, and hopefully you will take some of his suggestions for new cocktails and try those out. Until then, happy hour to each and every one of you. Enjoy those virtual happy hours. Enjoy those cocktails. And we will see you back next week for a brand new episode of Tell Me More with me, Tony Moore. Have a great weekend, everyone. And don't forget to participate in Amaretto Day on Sunday. Just drink all day. All right. But drink responsibly because you're in your house. You don't want to run into the refrigerator. Bye, everyone.